is a flight to quality happening as we speak right now. Bitcoin up, Cardano up, XRP up, XLM up, Algorand up, Hedera up. What is happening? We also have Franklin Templeton. They came out with their top 10 crypto predictions. Now, there's the obvious, so stablecoin regulation and framework, but there's a few interesting ones in there. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk, of course, a little bit about AI. And I shared a post yesterday. I made the biggest swap of my entire life. Swapped one altcoin for another one. I'll be revealing what exactly I did and why I did it. Might surprise a lot of you, but I'm excited to share that with you. We're going to talk a little bit about ICP. And is this Ethereum's time to shine? We saw record inflows from the ETF in the month of December. Is that going to continue this month? And are we going to see a repeat of almost every single year where quarter one has seen Ethereum double? We'll have that discussion and much, much more on today's episode of Sin City Crypto. Let's go.
Hola! It's your boy, Big Rob, back in the house. Welcome to Sin City Crypto. If it's your first time checking us out, we're the entertainment-focused cryptocurrency channel where we take old, boring, stale information, repackage that whole thing up in a fun, sexy way. Bitcoin's back. Bitcoin is back.
Still raspy, huh?
It's still raspy. 2025 is off to a lose your voice anymore.
That's right, baby.
But
Your thoughts on Bitcoin, man?
Oh man,
You know, I put a short position in on Bitcoin, and it looks like I went the wrong way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
When'd you put it in?
This morning, 95.8.
95.8.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna get rejected on that neckline, but I don't know. Maybe they can't win every trade, right? Win some, you lose some. That's the beauty of it. That's why you never invest more than you can afford to lose. But yeah, I mean, Bitcoin's leading the pack. The rest of the altcoins are kind of flat outside of a few ones. Fart coin.
In the top 100. In the top 100.
It's the number one gainer on the 24-hour. What is going on? Did you buy any butthole coin?
I didn't buy any of that.
You know, you can't have farts without a butthole. That's the thesis. This is how far we've come in crypto.
You need to not only look at the ecosystem, also look at the gas token, you know?
Yeah.
What powers the fart token would probably be Taco Bell coin.
This is
you
this
also
is
have
the state.
Taquitos at 7-Eleven coin.
This is the state of crypto right
there
now.
There is
people form a
Dino
thesis.
Nugget coin.
People form a thesis around, well, fart coin got to $1 billion. You can't have farts if you don't have a butthole. Butthole gets to 500 million market cap. It's
we got our buddy in studio, Norm, looking at us. He's like, "What are y'all talking about?"
Yeah,
it's
the
future of finance, Norm.
It's the future of finance. Norm.
Where's he at?
There. Oh my God. Okay. Anyways, enough with the farts. Let's talk about our buddy Ethereum. I want to share this article here with you. This is from Crypto. Anyway, it's a publication. They said institutional demand drives record-breaking inflows to Ethereum ETFs. Ethereum-focused ETFs saw record-breaking growth in December, with total net inflows reaching over $2 billion, doubling the month of November. Rob, say it all the time. I'll just remind people, quarter one is the most bullish quarter for ETH, period. Let's pull up an Ethereum chart. I haven't looked at this in a while. And let's just see what, I mean, if you pair any altcoin with ETH, it's more than likely, I would almost guarantee to outperform. We take a look on the daily chart, right? We saw that massive rally from around $2,200 to $4,000. And then it kind of has that Bitcoin feel, right? I mean, yeah, let's just drop some lines here. Here's one, and here's another one, right? It's just range bound. Kind of reminds you of what Bitcoin did, right? Back in between after it hit its high in March to the end of what, October? It kind of ranged. You think you think this is Ethereum's path for the future, or you think we're going to see?
I think the big question here, because the chart doesn't have legs to it, doesn't have fuel if there isn't buyers using it for utility, right? If the speculation, just straight getting a profit or return, will it increase in value? Sure. I think the big question here is what's going to outperform? Is it going to be Bitcoin or Ethereum over the next year? I think I still lean that Ethereum is going to outperform Bitcoin. Ethereum is going to have an explosive run next year, but I'm not dead set on it. This year. We're 2025. Yeah, so this year, will we see Ethereum outperform Bitcoin? If we see a $400,000 Bitcoin, that means it 4x's. If Bitcoin 4x's, do we see a $16,000 ETH, $15,000 ETH? I don't know, man. And I still think it's more likely. I think if we get a $400,000 Bitcoin, I think that yes, we'll have a $15,000 Ethereum, but I wouldn't tattoo it. I wouldn't go all in on the bank. I'm a little unsure. I'm a little uneasy.
Why? Why are you?
And I'm glad you asked that.
Okay. Why, Robin, are you unsure?
Why? Well, it's because utility and users, and I said I think this is off the back of speculation on price and ETF. People trying to return a profit. But my concern is that ecosystem, the users are moving. We saw them shifting over to Solana. We saw Solana rally early last year. We saw Coinbase now. We were talking about it yesterday. Users are leaving Solana and going to Coinbase. It's nothing negative against Solana. I think Solana is still extremely profitable. You can make a lot of returns on Solana right now. However, in the same way that I look at Ethereum, I say, hey, I don't know. I don't know if the gains on Solana is going to be that sexy. So I'm staying away from it. Last year, I would say six months ago, I was extremely bullish on ETH. I'm like, hey, ETH breakout's coming. But it hasn't come. ETH has not broken out. ETH against Bitcoin is ugly. ETH against other major layer ones are ugly. And so do you just hold it and say, hey, I have blind faith that this is going to come true? If there was all kinds of projects and users and developers and all the buzz was going on in Ethereum, I'm like, hey, man, you know what? The community is growing. The dApps are growing. The TVL is growing, which it is. It absolutely is. But when compared to Solana, when compared to Coinbase, when compared to the development on other layer ones, it's not growing as fast. And if anything, it's kind of concerning. And I feel like users are leaving. There's other options. Who do you do your swaps with? Uniswap? I'm sure you do every once in a while. Yeah. But if you were to take the totality of all your swaps, of all your trades, of all your DeFi moves, how much of it is participated on ETH network?
Rob, I will say though, you mentioned swaps. Base has been exploding. And because Base doesn't have their token, everything is settled in ETH. I think that is a positive. Also, doesn't this kind of feel like what we saw with Cardano when it was just sitting at 30 cents for so long? Everyone's like, no one's using it, it's dead, and then like a light switch flip, right?
Yeah, and I mean, we saw it.
Doesn't this feel like the same kind of situation we're in?
We saw it out of XRP as well, but XRP was the reason it was held back, obviously because of litigation. But for Cardano, their ecosystem, they rallied without a giant ecosystem, right? They rallied without the mass catalog of dApps initially, last bull market. And so this bull market, I've seen the dApps, I've seen the ecosystem grow, I've seen the utility grow, I've seen the TPS grow. And for that reason, I'm like, hey, compared to last bull market when it rallied, it got up to $3. It's fundamentally larger, bigger, more adoption, larger community now. And so it just makes sense. But last bull market, the same, you could say ETH was king. ETH had it all, right? But now that share of the pie has gotten smaller now. And so they're not king anymore. Now they might be just edging above other competitors in certain categories, but they're not dominant across all vectors, right? Yeah. They're not the king of NFTs and DeFi and swapping. No. They might have the TVL.
You know what's concerning for me? I think my biggest concern is Uniswap. The Unichain settling fees in the Uniswap token instead of ETH. Largest DEX, most volume. That to me is I'm interested to see how that plays out, how that affects the ecosystem. But now you can argue ETH now has institutions, it's got stable coins, it's got BlackRock.
Let me stop you here.
Okay, stop.
I want to say, okay. Your thesis on ETH here is that in a positive light is that it's going to do a similar performance it had last bull market, right?
Yeah.
That's why you said the chart here, like,
similar.
hey, yeah. January's okay. Why did it have that performance? Last bull market.
DeFi.
No, it wasn't DeFi. It was because of COVID. Because of the lockdowns, the shutdown.
You can say that about it.
But no. What happened during the lockdowns? What happened?
Coins, people.
No. You're overthinking it, bro. What happened last bull market? COVID happened. Everybody was locked up in their house. Everybody was ordering graphic cards, and everybody was mining Ethereum.
Okay.
And my neighbor, who, you know what I mean? Like, he has like all these graphic cards. He's mining Ethereum. So there's so many people that were getting Ethereum. Proof of work. It's no longer even on the table anymore. And so you're not onboarding new users because they have hardware sitting around that they can just mine, right?
So you're saying, so they mined it and then they used it to buy coins?
I mean, what else did they do with it?
Cash it out.
Yeah, exactly. Which is transactions, right?
Yeah, but it's still pressure.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It's still volume, right? And then when you have downside volume, then you get, people looking at a buying opportunity, right? Because the price dipped or whatever it is. Like, I'm telling you, man. I think the fact that it's now proof of stake and that you don't have, what would happen if all of a sudden all the Bitcoin miners just disappeared?
The network would be fucked.
No, I'm not saying from a security standpoint. I'm talking about from a price standpoint, right? I mean, I don't know, man. And it's a complex ecosystem. It's a financial.
Let's make it simple. Do you think ETH gets to 10K this year?
Yes.
Do you think it gets to 12?
Yeah.
15?
Yep.
20? You think it gets to 15?
Less likely. Okay. All of the answers you said, all those price targets, I'm over 50% confident it happens.
Okay.
But with that said, I am 80% confident that Cardano outperforms ETH in percentage.
Oh, yeah.
I'm 80% confident that, let's go down the list, XRP outperforms ETH. I'm 80% confident that Avalanche outperforms ETH. Stellar outperforms ETH. That's where I'm at. So for me, yes, I think it's more likely than not. I think it's more likely that ETH does take off. But there's a part of me that says, like, dude, what if I overinvest in ETH? I miss the bull market, and favorite project 1, 2, 3 outside of ETH all outperform ETH, and I'm just sitting there stuck with a $7,800 Ethereum while everything else is 10x.
Yeah.
Like, how crap will that be if you buy ETH right now, it 2x's from where it is, and all the rest of the altcoins go up by a factor of 5 to 10x. That's what terrifies me. And it's not that I don't believe you won't make money on ETH. And if you just say,
it's all about opportunity cost.
You park all your money in ETH and you just set it and forget it. Come back 3 years from now, you'll be in the profit. Sure, you'll be up money. But how much would you have missed out on this bull market? That's what I've been at. That's where I'm telling everybody, man. I'm like, don't go all in on ETH. I'll list every single one of my favorite projects. If you have 100% exposure to ETH and ETH only, you're stupid. If you're exposed to only Cardano only, it's dumb. Like, I mean, you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know if it's like, you have no idea. Caspa, ICP, XRP, If you would have been all in on XRP last bull market, you would have missed the entire bull market. It is what it is. If you would have been all in on Litecoin last bull market, you would have missed it too.
Litecoin ran.
That's what I'm saying. You would have made money, but at the end of the day, you still lost, right?
I guess it all.
How many millionaires were created last bull market?
Bro, Robin, what if someone's just here for the tech, man?
That's a goddamn lie. Ain't nobody here for the tech.
Guys, okay, so I want to share this real quick. I'm gonna giving away some money to you guys. My personal, not from the company, for my personal. Okay, Robin, relax. I posted this yesterday, okay? If you want to take a guess at what I swapped for what, I gave you a hint. I swapped to an AI coin. That's your hint. There's another hint somewhere in our Twitter page, okay? In about 25 minutes, I will reveal what it is. And if someone correctly guesses what I swapped for what, then I'll send you $50 in virtual token. Okay? So those are your two hints. I give you two hints, and don't spam the chat like Daryl. I know you're trying to win money, my friend, but pick one, think about it, and then put your answer in. Swapped this for this, and whoever gets it correct, I'll send you guys $50. If no one gets it correct, then
I don't think anybody's gonna get it correct.
You don't think so?
Hey, I'll give you guys this hint. I know what it is.
Why are you trying to sell my money?
No, I'm not trying to sell your money, but I'll
also the whales from our Discord, you're exempt because you're.
He told me what he swapped it for, and I was like, really?
That's not a good hint. That's a terrible.
No,
it probably confuses him.
No. I just you caught me off guard. I was like, okay, like. And so I'll just say it isn't ETH to Solana or Cardano to Avalanche. It's not like very basic, like, oh, that's a lateral move. Is you took on some interesting perspective, right? Yeah.
I'll put it to you this way. I'm looking at the answers.
Remember he said AI, so
yeah, I swapped to an AI coin. That's your hint. There's been one person who's been a little close. I'll leave it at that.
She said Bitcoin to banana.
No. No more hints though. That's all you get. All right. Okay. Before we move forward, I want to give a big thank you to today's channel sponsor. Today's show is brought to you by Legacy Academy app, the Legacy Network, and the LGCT token. I am so excited, man. Every time we do our legacy, we talk about their token. It's coming soon. It's coming soon, guys. We officially have a date. January 7th will be the token generation event. If you are one of the 10 first pre-orders for the Almanac, make sure you respond to my email or else you won't get your free coins, okay? I've gotten a few of them back. I need some of you. I emailed you. Check your email. It's from my personal business, david@sincitycrypto.io. Please respond to the email, okay? But January 7th, it's happening. Super excited. You guys know these guys. We've been partnering with them for a really long time. Amazing team, amazing product. Go download the app if you haven't done so. It's great. It's fun. It's you can learn. Yeah, so do that. And we might be doing some other special stuff for the community moving forward. So someone said they traded Ashley for Randy. She doesn't seem happy.
No, she doesn't. Anyway. Are you having fun back there? What are you doing? Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job. Yeah.
Also, there's a lot of can you help me keep track of if anyone hits the correct answer?
I've been glancing over. I haven't seen it yet. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's move on. One last thing on ETH, and then we'll move on. We'll talk a little bit about Bitcoin and what one country's doing. So ETH whales buying the dip. Will Ethereum price rally? Whales bought 22,900 ETH at an average of $3,200. So more buying pressure there. And then this one here from the Daily Hodl. Here's a catalyst that could ignite Bitcoin explosion of $500,000, says macro guru Luke Groman. In an interview with Julia LaRoche, the macro guru says he has very high conviction that policymakers, listen to this, Rob, this is something, a lot of people talk about, hey, it's going to be a strategic reserve, this and that. What this guy is saying is that policymakers in the U.S. will weaken the U.S. dollar in an effort to rebuild the country's defense industrial base. Forget the defense industrial base part. Weakening the dollar will help Bitcoin and push Bitcoin's price up. What are your thoughts there?
I mean, that's what is giving it its...
I mean, the dollar's getting weak anyway.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what... Yes, supply and demand. There's more people onboarding onto the network for Bitcoin. But one of the major factors that causes the price of Bitcoin to go up is its scarcity and the fact that we keep printing more dollars, right? So more dollars out there in circulation, people have more money. So finite supply assets go up in price. And so houses go up in price, Bitcoin goes up in price. And so you print more money, you debase the currency more and more at a faster rate. Well, Bitcoin's going to go up at a faster rate as well. So, I mean, that's not rocket science here. So, what else did he mention in that one?
Just the fact that policymakers will, to defense, whatever.
Yeah.
To strengthen defense. That to me is not important, but they're weakening the dollar. You know, as the dollar gets weak, risk assets rally, right? We talk about that all the time, the Dixie chart. And so, yeah. I want to share this with you as well. This is interesting. So, I don't know if you follow geopolitical news and stuff. If that's something that interests you, obviously this is not that channel, but we do have a Bold Broadcasting show. Me, Robin, Ashley, and Rocco. He produces for us as well. But this is the kind of stuff we would talk about outside of crypto on that show. So if you want more of that kind of content, come join us on Fridays
tomorrow.
Tomorrow at around 1:30 p.m. Eastern, or sorry, 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But the country of Syria, I'll just give you a nutshell. The leader left or kind of fled, and now it's kind of in shambles. Obviously, the economy and everything. So this is from the Syrian Center for Economic Research. They published a proposal for the transitional government to legislate Bitcoin in Syria and digitize their lira, their currency. So I'm going to read this. Very interesting. And, you know, this kind of fits into a narrative that I believe, something we're seeing El Salvador doing, something we're seeing Argentina and Javier Milei doing. And I think we're going to see more and more countries do this. And this just will tell you the power of BTC. The Syrian situation after the fall of the previous regime necessitates seeking innovative solutions to accelerate reconstruction, to ensure market freedom and protect the citizens. From this perspective, we propose building a digital economy and a centralized and decentralized banking infrastructure with branches extending across various Syrian governorates, cities, and villages, opening the door to facilitate e-commerce and remittances. This can be achieved by, one, issuing a comprehensive regulatory framework to legalize exchange, trading, and mining of Bitcoin, digitizing the Syrian pound, allowing entrepreneurs to use the country's energy resources to mine Bitcoin and digital assets, with governmental facilitation granting them the freedom to innovate, avoiding inflationary monetary policies, ensuring the Syrian citizens' right to self-custody, and permitting institutions, banks, currency exchanges to provide financial services that simplify dealing with Bitcoin. And so you're seeing kind of a trend of, hey, we're a country, we're an emerging economy. We maybe got beaten to death with freaking inflation. There's so much fraud going on. Like, the citizens are not really making money. It's, what do we have to lose? Look what happened.
Well, here's my kind of look is like, first of all, how did we get here for them, right?
I drove here, but
how did Syria get to that position where they have economic uncertainty? Well, we know the U.S. has had a very particular interest in Syria, in their government. And, there's been a lot of military operations. Basically, they bombed the crap out of Syria. They've tried to overthrow the government. And how much dependence do you think Syria has on the dollar?
I mean, you can
obvious. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a economist, especially not globally and not in that part of the world. And I don't know much about it, but I just know the U.S. has been a damn bully when it comes to Syria, and I would imagine Syria has an extreme dependence on the dollar, just like other neighboring countries in that region do. And so, are you surprised that Syria's like, you know what? Yeah, we're still using the dollar. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. But let's start banking people with Bitcoin. Let's start building the financial framework with cryptocurrency. Let's let people keep their sovereign currency or let people hold Bitcoin and crypto without a government coming in and taking it.
Right.
Because I mean, if you were Syrian and you lived in the country, I mean, I'm pretty sure you'd be pretty uncertain about saving for the future, right?
Yeah.
And also, transacting, having bank accounts and getting loans. And so
just the simple stuff that we kind of take for granted. A lot of people don't even have access to.
Yeah, exactly. And so I think, I don't know too much about Syria personally. I'm just saying that I think that what we're seeing in Syria, you're going to see elsewhere as well. It's no surprise that El Salvador was a dual currency nation that went all in on Bitcoin. And their dual currency was dollar and Bitcoin. Before Bitcoin, it was dollar, right? And so you get all the downsides of the dollar when you use it. The only upside is that you have liquidity and you can borrow easily from the government, but you don't get any of the handouts. You don't get any of the printing, but you get all the downside inflation and all the debasement of currency, negative aspects, right? Just think about like all the money that got printed during the COVID era, during the 2020 to 2023 time window. All that currency went to U.S.-based companies, U.S.-based residents, and none of it went offshore. I mean, I'm sure some of it did, but realistically and percentage-wise, none of it really went outside the U.S. It stayed here within our borders. And when the currency got debased, who ultimately suffered? Well, everybody, but the countries that got nothing and it got debased. At least here in the U.S., yeah, inflation went to shit, but at least we had the PPE loans, we got the handouts, the airdrops.
Though, it always affects the bottom half of the population. Right?
Yeah.
Unless the ultra wealthy, inflation is great for them, right? But for the average person, it's not. And so
but imagine the ultra wealthy in El Salvador. You get what I'm saying? Imagine the ultra wealthy in Syria. Imagine the ultra wealthy in Germany. You think they benefited from the U.S. printing shit tons of dollars? No. Yes, there are probably some countries there's some companies and some individuals outside the U.S. that profited because they had ties to U.S.-based companies or whatever it was, right? Some kind of link to some contracts that the U.S. had. And so it's not without exemption, but I would think ultimately as a whole, everyone got screwed, but the U.S. and some very interested people that had ties to the U.S. So I don't know, man. I just think that's very common. I did want to give a little love to the chat.
Give it a little love.
We got 300 people. We got 300 people watching it. Not even 100 likes. Why don't we have the likes?
Give love tonight.
Why have you not liked the show?
Give love tonight.
Do you not like
my singing?
I don't. But do us a favor. Hit the like button. Can half of you like the damn video? First of all. Also, if you're new here, drop some in the chat. We'll give you a little love. I have a few names here I've spotted out. We got Job Joes, Bob Keys, Genzi, Sanic the Dank Hog, Riley Wayway, GH, Kettlebell, Nate, Vicin, D Not You, Modoc, White Rabbit, Ashcon, Rob, Daniel K, Aaron Burgers, Alex C, Ben Prince, Rasa, Lexo, Ice Spear, the Black GT, Crypto Saiyan, and 40 llamas.
40 llamas, baby mamas.
To all of you. Hola! Welcome to Sin City. Also, we got Y and Christian Thomas. Last second he came up in here.
Christian Thomas, what's up, man? I feel like I know this guy.
Christian Thomas?
I really don't. I just
no.
This was interesting as well. Let's take a gander at this and we'll take a look at the markets here. So Rob, if you want to queue up your CMC, my friend. Here we go. Morgan Stanley, $1.3 trillion asset manager. Their E-Trade is reportedly exploring offering crypto trading. Guys, here's what's going to happen in 2025. You ready? You're going to get stuff like this. You're also going to get custody from your favorite banks. Not your favorite banks, but from the banks. JP Morgan Chase, Citi, BNY Mellon. What are some of the other banks? Wells Fargo.
Wait,
They're going to custody your Bitcoin.
You
your
think
crypto.
this is crypto trading in the way we think of crypto trading? Probably
like
not.
100x leverage? Probably no.
No,
but like,
no, not like that.
Robinhood. I think it is. I think it's like Robinhood. You don't think so? What do you think it is?
How does Robinhood trading work?
Just like you buy stocks.
Yeah. But it's like,
No,
long,
not
long
trading.
and short.
No. No.
Yeah, no.
I'm not talking about trading. Like buying and selling.
But I know that's what they mean. But it brought to an interesting thought in my head. I'm just like, how much money is in trading in what we consider trading, right? Where you have leverage or on exchange.
A lot.
And you know what? I was looking at, when Formula One was here, all of those race cars, they had some exchange on there. And there was tons of Bybit accounts. OKX, Bybit. They were everywhere.
Crypto.com.
And I'm just like, man, these derivatives exchange are everywhere. They have a lot of money, man. And so it's a very profitable business. And what I'm thinking is if the US ends up becoming extremely crypto friendly to the point to where they incentivize people to leverage trade their crypto, do you think that could happen? I think if
there's money there, right? So whenever there's money, Rob, someone's going to do it. And when someone does it, the rest will do it.
But the thing is, right now, it's kind of like the U.S. Derivatives trading with leverage, not very friendly in the U.S.
I know,
and
which is why we got Bybit Buy DeFi. Do we have that thing, Sir Ashley?
Yeah, the little spot.
The Buy DeFi. Yeah, throw that, guys. Buy DeFi. We've been working with them for a few months. These guys are great. No KYC, no VPN. There's a link in the description of the video. We're going to do something fun with these guys soon. It's going to be great, but these guys are awesome. You get 15% bonus. So if you haven't signed up, do it. The link's in the description. Don't have to worry about doing a VPN and freaking KYC and this and that.
Trading competition coming up.
Come on.
I know.
Gave it away.
Hey, I'm just going to say, man. It's coming up.
What the hell, man?
Sign up now, man.
Well, that's why we wanted to wait
now.
where they're creating an event, and so they have to sign up with that link to be in the event. That's why I was waiting.
Yeah, but they can still
sign
up now, and then you can still get in there.
Sign up, and then yeah. Anyways, let's take a look at the markets.
All right, Bitcoin 97,000. How you doing?
We're doing good, man.
How you doing? Yesterday we were at. I know you looked at the chart, but just to take a look, we were at 94,000. We're 97 today, so a lot of movement in Bitcoin today. You look on the 1 week, not as sexy as the 24 hours, but obviously this is shaping up to be a good weekend, or at least it seems so. I'm just curious if we get over 100K. You think we get over 100K by the end of the weekend, Sunday?
Yeah, I do.
Stay over.
I think so. I forgot. I think I was in a group chat or something. And someone was like, look, people are still away. Like, my kids don't go back to school till Monday, right? It's New Year's Day was yesterday. New Year's Eve was on a Tuesday. It's already Thursday. You got to figure people took the rest of the week off. And then come Monday, all right, the week starts. Now I'm going to start doing the things the right way, like, buying Bitcoin and whatnot. So I think next week's going to be big. And then I'm just interested to see, like, as we get closer to the inauguration, right? We're 18 days away now?
Yeah.
Could we potentially see some volatility, Rob? I don't know, but yeah, I do think. But to answer your question, yeah, I do think we get to by Sunday. You said, right?
Yeah. By the end of the week.
100K by Sunday.
So back at the charts here, we do have on the biggest gainers, as we mentioned earlier, Fartcoin up 46%. Interesting, but you also got Brett up as well. So 2 meme coins in the top 5 here. Brett's interesting. I was just thinking, we were talking yesterday about how much Coinbase and the base ecosystem is growing. And so, this is the leading coin, number 81 on the market cap list. You look at its all-time chart, it did go over 18 cents back in June, and then in December got to 20 cents. So maybe, I don't know. How do you feel about Brett? I mean, I know I told you I'm kind of staying away from meme
number
coins.
1 meme coin on base, right?
That's what I'm saying. I'm staying away from meme coins at this point. At least the meme coins that were in the top 100, I don't really want exposure to. I just don't. and I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole again, but I'm not touching meme coins in the top 100 right now, except for maybe Doge. Actually, I'm pretty bullish on Doge. But how do you feel about Brett?
I think it's a 5 billion. It's interesting that Coinbase hasn't listed any base tokens, right?
Yeah.
They've listed 0 base tokens. And maybe there's a reason for that. Maybe I can't see that reason, but you got to figure like they're going to start listing some of their own ecosystem coins, right?
Maybe they're just waiting for Trump to get in office or Gary Gensler to get out of office.
You think so? I mean, what can they do from now until then? Though?
If they list a token that's already on their own, like, I don't know, man.
You think they're waiting for maybe clarity from like from Paul Atkins, the new incoming SEC chair? You think so?
Yeah, man. I don't know, man. I think
Binance,
because
Binance lists
in a way, if you list Brett and your base, you can make an argument that that's kind of like listing, their own token, right? Like their own Coinbase token, right? It's a stretch, but I wouldn't be surprised to see the SEC make that tie, right? Currently, we've seen some other egregious allegations by the SEC where they're saying, hey, this is a securities violation, blah, blah, blah. So maybe that's the reason. I would estimate that is because we've seen a lot of other meme coins get listed, and I'm just trying to figure out why the hell has Brett not been.
What about you? What's your thought?
I don't know. I'll have to revisit it. Think about it.
Now, Digital Asset Degen said they haven't listed basis tokens. They're trying to drive more people to base. That's kind of what I was thinking. But I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that comment. But
I think it might be. I think it might be the SEC dropping a shadow over. They're standing over Coinbase. They did get hit with a Wells notice. There's already ongoing litigation, and so
Interesting.
Now back to the altcoin market. So you got BitTensor up 10%. That's an interesting play there. Athena as well, Core, and
guys,
Render.
Hold on,
Render up.
Stop there.
Yeah.
Click on BitTensor. There is a massive catalyst coming for BitTensor. I'll leave it at that. There's a big catalyst coming for BitTensor from the AI agent side. A big one. So, yeah. BitTensor is great.
All right. Now, some of the in the red, Hyperliquid, Helium, FTX, nothing really too much in the red. Everything is pretty
Can we talk about Quant real quick?
Quant.
Like Quant just kind of fell off, huh? I mean, what are your thoughts on Quant?
This is Quant on the 1 year, 12 months.
Down on the 1 year.
Yeah.
Almost everything is up on the 1 year. Quant's down.
I mean, it's at number 78 on the market cap, but look at the all time. I mean, it just, I don't know if it's going to get back to its glory. I mean, it was at $366. I don't know, dude. Are you a fan of Quant?
I had a lot of Quant. I divested. I own a little bit, but nothing significant. It's just this goes to the fact of what we talk about, right? Every cycle, right, where you had a stronghold, a monopoly on a certain narrative. As more projects come online, as the space matures, you're not going to be the leader there. Look at Cosmos, interoperability. They were the king. Everyone does interoperability now. Same thing with Polkadot. Look at Ethereum, DeFi, ETH. Now you got Solana, you got Avalanche, you got Cardano, you got all of it. Quant, it was like the payment layer, the CBDC layer. It's like a layer zero blockchain. It was, ISO compliant. I got a bunch of them. So I don't know. Like my high target is where I look at it. I'm like, okay, Quant's been down for a year. Is it worth it for me to deploy some capital into, whether it's fresh capital or capital I sell from another coin? So do I want to exit coin A to put it into Quant? Do I think coin A, where do I think it's going to go? Is it going to 5X? Is it going to 10X? And what do I think Quant? I look at Quant. I mean, can it 5X? Yeah, I think it can go 5X. But going back to what Rob said, is a 5X, could you make more money?
I don't think it's going to 5. I don't think it's going to get to $500.
You don't think so? I think it can. I don't know. So what's your high end price target for Quant then?
I don't know.
$300?
I think at 2X is
2X.
I think it gets to 250, maybe $300. My opinion. It's just not a sexy play, right? Even the infrastructure plays at some level have some retail interest, right? I mean, you look at Chainlink. I mean, there's a lot of things to get excited about Chainlink. It's infrastructure, but there's a lot of cool narratives there. Give me a badass narrative for Quant. Sell it to a normie.
Well, it's got Hyperledger DLT technology, and
that's what I'm saying, dude. Like, right now, the bull market is going to take off. Right now, we're in the early stages of the bull market, and we're going to see a lot of returns. Things are going to 5, 10x. People are going to get excited. People are going to make a lot of money. A lot of it's going to be narrative based, right? Headline news. This happened. Next, this happened. This happened. Look at this. This country did this. I just don't see any big narratives for Quant, man. And so for that reason, I mean, sure, it might go up. Yeah. I don't know. 5x, that's sorry.
Okay. All right. Continue.
Yeah. That's all I got.
All I got.
Nothing too much going on.
Okay. No one's guessed correctly yet, by the way. I'll give you guys, I'll give you 5-10 more minutes. Okay? Really want to give away some money. I might drop another hint. I want to show, this was interesting. Look at this. So this is volume flows, okay? So dollars obviously is the highest flow. The most amount of dollars going into Bitcoin, followed by Solana and then Cardano. But when you take a look at Korea, South Korea, obviously, like I think 90% of their money is going into XRP. Okay. And so you have around 7.2 million in volume and 2 XRP. Let me isolate this. So you got 5 out of the 7 going into XRP from the Korean won. So pretty interesting. And then USDT, you have Solana getting a lot of that as well. Now, some of this is, of course, stable coins, but just something interesting I looked at. Asia is pretty big. Tron's pretty big in Asia. And it looks like XRP, and I know XRP is freaking, it's global, but like Asia loves XRP, man. Interesting. And then I want to share this. We didn't get to talk about this yesterday, but I want to talk about it today. A few things to keep an eye on. This from Kyle Langham from Definity, aka ICP. A few things to keep an eye on in 2025. World Computer, when talking about AI, World Computer taking the cost of building, deploying, and maintaining software apps to near zero for Web 2 and Web 3, hinting at caffeine.ai. Large language models running fully on chain with tamper-proof. As far as Bitcoin, many of the biggest Bitcoin L2 builders are building on ICP. A lot of Bitcoin innovation will be deployed in the coming months. And tokenomics, ICP quickly approaching deflationary state due to usage and adoption. This is the thing with ICP. We saw what Bob.Fun did. If we can get 5 of those or 3 of those, ICP, you can literally wake up and you went to bed. It was at $20. You can wake up and be at $60. That's how the tokenomics are set up. I know a lot of people say it's infinite supply. Don't forget, ETH is infinite supply. Solana is infinite supply. A lot of these coins are infinite supply. They have a deflationary, inflationary mechanism. So as more people use the network, the token becomes deflationary, right? More is being burned than is being minted. Add on top of speculation, add on top of people needing to use it. So, but Rob, with what Kyle kind of shared here, is there anything that really you're excited about? For me, it's caffeine AI. But I don't know. Is it for you? Is it Bitcoin? Is it, what are your thoughts?
I think Bitcoin is the big play. Charles Hoskinson talked about it on one of his AMAs recently, multiple times actually. And I think that, what's the most liquid market in crypto? It's Bitcoin, right? And there's obviously a lack of liquidity, or there's a lack of smart contracts and use case and utility in Bitcoin. It is what it is, right? Bitcoin, what is it good for? Store value and a transfer of value, right? I want to send you $100 or I want to store $100 for a long period of time. Bitcoin's the way to go. You want to do anything outside of that? No, not at all. So I think Bitcoin, smart contracts, ICP, people are underselling it. And most people don't even know that's even a feature of ICP. Most people aren't even aware of that. So,
I'm pretty bullish on ICP. You know that Rob's bullish on ICP, but caffeine AI, man, I'm telling you, it's gonna be a big one. So 2025 is gonna happen. But I agree, Bitcoin DeFi, you're gonna see that narrative being brought up a lot, whether it's with Cardano, whether it's with Stacks, whether it's with obviously ICP. It could potentially, talking about that trillions of dollars of value being brought over to X ecosystem is going to be pretty huge. Then we have this as well. One I've kind of talked about, decentralized science. Boz talked about it yesterday on the show. But DeSci's market cap, excluding meme coins, is 1.2 billion. So fairly low. While Ethereum still hosts 49% of projects launched during previous cycles, Solana is gaining ground, accounting for 40% of projects launched post-2023. DeSci is one to keep your eye on, you guys. Something I definitely recommend. I put this in our whale Discord, and then I shared it on the stream. But YNE, it's essentially a AI/DeSci play. And I think I talked about it when it was at like 22 million. It's at like 52 million. And so if you got into that, congrats, you've 2x your money. That's awesome. But decentralized science, we know CZ's super bullish on it. It's something that makes complete sense. Again, the more you can automate things, guys, what Boz talked about yesterday and what I've kind of been talking about, when you can take something that's tedious and free up your time, whether you're a business or a person, I think it's going to be, there's definitely massive value there. And so keep your eye on decentralized science. This is a narrative very similar to gaming that hasn't really ran yet, that I think has a place in this bull market. Any disagreement there?
Nah, nothing. I don't know much about I know you talked about it yesterday. I think the potential for it is huge, right? Especially when it comes to medical records. I think is a great avenue where I think blockchain just makes a lot of sense. Decentralized storage, because we know that pharmaceutical companies, insurance companies are always trying to get data and use it against you. And so I don't know. I think blockchain makes sense there, but I don't know. I don't know who the leaders are, who the winners are in that. I'd have to do a little bit more research myself, but I don't know. I'm very interested. I think it's an up and coming sector. I'm very, very. I know money's gonna be made there, bro.
There's tons of money gonna be made.
Yeah.
You just got to make sure. Again, got to make sure your cash isn't parked in a vehicle that goes 5 miles an hour. Leave it at that. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of guessing here. No one's gotten it right yet, and so we still have a little bit of time. I really want to give away some virtual, man. Really want to give away some virtual. So come on, keep guessing. I gave you so many hints. The coin I swapped out of is in the top 10. The coin I swapped into is in the top 50. The coin I swapped into is an AI coin. Notice I say coin and not token, okay? Coin. So I'll extend it a little more. You want $50 in virtual token, throw your guesses in there. And as soon as I see the correct one, I'll stop it and I'll tell you one. In the meanwhile, let's talk about Franklin Templeton.
I think there was a correct guess in here.
No, there was not a correct guess. Franklin Templeton's crypto predictions for 2025. This is from cryptoglobe.com. Let's take a look here.
Yeah, it's from one of the people that kept spamming crap.
There was?
Yeah.
Let me check my text real quick.
What you doing over there?
Nothing. All right. No. Talk about this. This is Franklin Templeton. Increased demand for decentralized physical infrastructure network. So they have like 10 of these. So the first few I'm not going to highlight because, regulatory clarity and the U.S. establishing and expansion of tokenized products. Increased demand for decentralized physical infrastructure network. DePIN is projected to see heightened demand in industries such as logistics and the Internet of Things. Decentralized solutions could be prioritized for cost efficiency, transparency, and operational resilience. Number 2, accelerated convergence of AI and crypto. The integration of artificial intelligence with blockchain technology is predicted to gain momentum. Blockchains could enhance transparency and verification for AI-driven applications, creating robust systems that expand the capabilities of AI in finance and other sectors. Number 3, AI agents leveraging blockchain. AI agents are expected to increasingly utilize blockchain infrastructure to automate on-chain transactions and manage portfolios efficiently. And the last one, a shift from speculation to utility. 2025 is anticipated to mark a fundamental shift in the crypto space, moving from speculative trading to utility-focused application. What are your thoughts on these 4? And is there one that kind of stands out to you?
I'll be honest with you, I wasn't even paying attention. I was going through the list of names, man, on seeing who was right there. Yeah, I missed that one, brother.
Okay. So the 2 things mentioning AI. One thing mentioning decentralized physical infrastructure networks, so DePIN. And the last one is shifting from speculation to utility, right? So instead of people just buying coins because they want to speculate on it, they're buying it because of actual utility. And I'll leave this up here if there's anyone you want to.
I don't know. I think the AI, I'm really coming around to the AI agents. You know, I was kind of a doubter. I was a big doubter to that few weeks ago. Not a doubter to it being making money or speculation on price and it being kind of trending. But I'm coming around to the fact that AI agents, I think, might be a lot bigger as far as actual use case and utility, people using it, companies using it, and people launching real AI or AI agents that have real use case for businesses and for individuals. And, you know, maybe if you're not plugged into the AI agent, you're at a disadvantage at the workplace, disadvantage in business, disadvantage in finance. And so for that reason, I think, I'm quickly waking up to AI agents, bro.
I'm happy.
Are you?
AI agents going to make people a lot of money. All right. That's the one I'm curious on is AI agents. There's a lot happening with AI agents. Again, I've talked about this at length. The guest yesterday talked about it, but the other one too is interesting is DePIN, right? DePIN is projected to see heightened demand in industries such as logistics and IoT. And there's really one project that comes to mind when we talk about all of that is VeChain. Something we don't really talk about, right? Supply chain management. They're a DePIN infrastructure. They've been around for a very, very long time. And so that's one I'm pretty interested in. And then the last thing I want to talk about, well, you know what? Let's talk about this. The biggest games releasing in January of 2025, registered games and PC ports make up the biggest draws, including Final Fantasy, Spider-Man, and Donkey Kong. I used to love playing Donkey Kong. Anyways, take a look at
Donkey Kong was whack, bro.
Okay, you're whack. We take a look at market cap here for top gaming, $25.48 billion. Where do you think this thing gets to?
Which one is this?
This is market cap of gaming.
Oh, gaming. I would say, what is the current market cap? It's just hard to read. I can't.
25.4 billion.
25 billion as a sector. Let's see. I mean, I'd say 2, 3, 400 billion. I don't know, man. I think it gets very toppy. I think that we'll see out of gaming. I think we'll get overvaluation, just kind of like we had the metaverse. Metaverse last bull market absolutely exploded, and from there it also just crashed back down to earth. Will we see the same thing in gaming this time around? I think so. I think that there's gonna be a ton of money to be made in gaming. I'm super bullish on gaming, but I think it's gonna peak real hard. I think it's gonna be overvalued. People are gonna get too euphoric on it. But at the height, at the top, I think it's a $500 billion sector. Easily.
500 billion?
Yeah. So if it's at, you said 25 billion?
25, yeah.
Yeah. So I think you get a
20x.
20x. And so I just think there's gonna be so much money
and your leader is Avalanche.
Avalanche, yeah. But then I think it comes back down to earth. Maybe it goes up to $500 billion market. Everyone's talking about it's the next greatest thing that Bitcoin or that crypto does, and then it crashes back down.
Okay. All right. I saw a correct answer in there. Yesterday, I swapped 90% of my Solana for BitTensor. And there's a reason for that. You guys know I'm super bullish on AI. And I still have some Solana left, but obviously, you know, the majority of it now sits in Tau and BitTensor. And Tau is going to have a massive catalyst, and that is Creator Bid and the Creator Bid platform. And the fees that are generated for their treasury is going to be replicated and invested into BitTensor and their subnets. What BitTensor is doing, it's very in line with what Virtuals is doing. And I'm looking at market caps, and this is the decision-making process I went through. I look at Solana and I say, okay, I accumulated a majority of my Solana between like $15 and $25. So I'm sitting on a 10x. Sitting on a 10x. How much higher do I think Solana can go? I think it can maybe 5x. 5x to $1,000. Let's just call it, right? I look at BitTensor and I'm like, this thing is sitting at, where's BitTensor? Sitting at number 39 with a market cap of $3.8 billion with only 7.4 million coins circulating. Okay. And I'm thinking, you guys know I'm bullish on AI. How high can this thing go? Can I see it get to $37 billion? Yes, I can. Can I see it get to 50, 60? Yes, I can. The way this thing is set up, and it's essentially a deep-in infrastructure play for all of AI. Because the way the subnets work and how the AIs learn from each other and the way the Tau token is paid out in rewards, it's such a dope setup. And I'm looking, I'm like 5x or 10, 12, 15x. And so I decided to take the profits I made on Solana, 10x, completely happy with that, 90% of that, and I moved it over to BitTensor. That's what I did yesterday, and I did it all in my Tangent wallet. Yeah. Biggest swap I've ever made in my life.
There you go.
What are your thoughts?
You told me about it yesterday. It was an interesting move. It caught me off guard. I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, it makes sense. I think that Solana's slowing down. Will it speed back up? I think so. But I think that AI has a lot more fuel in it.
You know, another thing for me was, 75 to 90% of the trading volume of Solana was in meme coins. And I think the narrative has shifted. And I'm not saying meme coins are going to die or they're going away, but I think the new meme coin meta is AI. I really do, is AI agents. And so what does the Solana network look like? We know it's very extractive in terms of fees, Pump.Fun, all the fees they make in Solana, they turn around, they sell it for profit. They're a business. They got to make money, right? There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying Solana is a bad project. I'm not saying you should go sell your Solana. I'm not saying that this thing is not going to make money for people. Just the situation I was in and my outlook, that's what I decided to do. So I think Crypto Cyan got it. Where's Crypto Cyan?
We also had Ashley spam in the chat earlier.
Ashley was spamming the chat?
Yeah, she said like a million different answers, but so you're disqualified, but there was a
she did.
Solana for Tau here, but yeah, but you also had like 17 other answers as well. So
she just went to the top. It's like this one. It's like mining, right? It's like mining, but yeah. Ashley's an employee. Employees are disqualified. Sorry, Ashley. We'll make it up to you in Starbucks gift cards, okay?
Man, what the hell? I was doing so much Googling for this shit.
Don't act like you Googled anything. You were just putting random answers.
Look, I'll show you. Hold on. Wait,
what did David from Sin City Crypto?
No,
we can't see that. That thing is too. Turn your screen brightness down, girl.
Damn. See,
I still can't see that.
But this right here is
microphone.
This right here is some sort of coin, and then I also looked up AI coins. So I was just guessing, but whatever, disqualified. It's fine. Rude.
Crypto Cyan, do me a favor, shoot me a DM on X at SinCityCrypto1, and then I'm just gonna need your base address, your base ETH address, and then I'll send you your $50 in virtual token. That'll do it for the show today. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We have a Cardano video dropping And then potentially also a Hedera video as well. So stay tuned for that. Until then, Ashley, thank you all so much for tuning in. We appreciate all of you. If you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel, ping your notification bell on, and come back tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll see you tomorrow, my friends.
Sin City, crypto. Everybody know we here for entertainment and info. Gonna show you how to get that big dough. So every day stay tapped in for big facts, no capping. With Bitcoin, if you're in, then you win. We divide the pie with no fraction. It's Big Rob, David. I spit the game, but they gave it. Name the coin that's your favorite. I got dry powder, why save it? To the OGs, new beginners. Special shout out to the well members. Buy the dip, sell winners. Ain't really nothing you can tell sinners. Tune in for the latest new flavors. They gonna teach us mean coins. They polarizing like barbecue chicken pizzas. I laugh with a major grin. Laggers, we trade them in. Baddies, they came to sin. And sinners gon' play to win. Screaming, hola, till my bags are flowing over. Hold ya to the moon and to the solar. Won't I? Don't be letting FOMO